If you hate cold calling, you don't like door knocking, you overall don't like chasing people down who don't want to work with you, YouTube is the way to go. I'm going to go over the 8 videos that led me to 17 closings and 3 pending currently, so that way you can do the same thing. These clients that I got, I never had to beg for their business, I never had to chase them, never had to cold call, never got hung up on. I don't like doing that. I like YouTube. I started posting at the end of 2023, and I was doing about 2 videos a month. In 2024 and in 2025, I picked it up just a tad, not all that much. I do 2.5 videos per month, but for specific numbers, when I first got started in 2023, I posted 8 videos. In 2024, I made 30 videos, and in 2025 so far, I'm maintaining the same pace, 2 to 3 videos a month. It's been a year and a half, a little bit over a year and a half of me posting videos on YouTube, and almost every single one of my closings in 2025 have come from YouTube. I've closed 17 homes from YouTube in general, but now it's becoming my primary lead gen source. So here is exactly what worked for me in my business. Let's start with video number 1. The 4 ridiculously scary truths about living in insert city. This is the video that went most viral. It has the most views on that channel. However, don't confuse views for clients. And in this video, I don't talk about generic scary things, or I don't make what a lot of other agents do is they will turn a positive into a negative but then go back to positive. So for example, in Tucson, Arizona, they'll say, oh, it's just so hot. It's like ridiculously scary. It's scary how hot it is. That's just so vague. It just doesn't help anybody. Obviously, if somebody is moving to Tucson, they know that it's hot. So skip the fluff and give them something real. So in that video, I go over my truths, my own experience about what it's like living in Tucson, and I give them the real. Overall, my videos are not always positive. In fact, I get more trust from clients, and I hear that from them with my negative videos. And that's because no other agent is talking about the negative aspects. And there are negatives about everything. I'm not saying that your YouTube channel should only be negatives, but that is what will build the trust that no one else is talking about. Video number 2 is Tucson, Arizona prices, the true cost to live in Tucson, Arizona. These are all, by the way, in order of most views to least views, but either way, they're my top 8, and I'm gonna give you a bonus at the end. So they're my top 8 or 9 videos on my channel. In the price video, I go over a lot of subcategories. So for example, food, housing, of course, mortgage and rent, cost of living. I do my own interpretation of whether I give it a thumbs up, middle of the road, or a thumbs down based off the national average. I also include property taxes, vehicles, stuff like that. And in that video, I'm giving my personal opinion. So I'm talking about how much my vehicle registration costs, how much my insurance is, how Tucson does actually get hail. You're gonna likely want to have hail coverage for your vehicles. You're gonna want a garage. And just from the stories that I tell of my personal experience, it gains the trust of other viewers where they think, oh, I never thought about if I live in this part of town, I'm no longer going to qualify for Uber Eats. It's too far away. Stuff like that that you know that you don't really think to talk about with clients, and other agents aren't doing this. Video number 3 is living in Tucson, Arizona. Bracket everything you need to know. This may take a little bit for you to come up with. You can use ChatGPT, but also it's always best to use your own personal experience. As you go about your daily life living in the city that you're working in, keep a running tab, such as the notes section of your phone, and think about what inconveniences do you have, what do you like, what do you think other people may not realize, or in conversation when talking to your friends and stuff, especially your friends that have recently moved into town, ask them, what do you think is surprising that you didn't expect when you moved to San Diego, California? Video number 4 is PCSing to Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, everything I wish I knew. This is where I cover specifics. I'm talking to my target avatar because I love working the VA loan and helping military members buy and sell real estate. I was stationed at Davis-Monthan for 6 years. I was active duty for a decade. So this is where I tell them, hey, I was one of you. You know, I also relocated and PCS at Davis-Monthan. I also didn't know which entrance was the main entrance. I also didn't know that the bottom southern gate was only open on specific hours. So you may think that you're living super close to base, but you have to drive all the way around, and it's going to take you 20 minutes. I didn't know this about the gym. I didn't know this about the food or the lodging or the on-base situation. Should you rent on base or should you move off base and purchase? So this is where I'm providing my value, being that I also relocated and I have been here for a while now, so here are the ropes. Even if you're not military, if you have relocated to the city that you're living in, you can use this. Hey, I was just like you. I also moved here. I moved here 12 years ago, and this is what I found interesting. This is what I wish I knew before moving to San Diego, California. Or if you are a native and you've lived there your entire life, then use that. That's great. Video title number 5 is the top 7 reasons not to move to Tucson, Arizona. Again, this is one of the negative videos that I was telling you about that many real estate agents are not doing. And do not take the easy way out. Don't do the cop out of saying, it's just so hot, or psych, this is a gotcha because everything in Tucson is perfect. Call me if you're looking to sell. That makes you sound fake, disingenuous. Tell your own personal story about why people may not want to move to your city, because there are reasons for that. So instead of keeping the elephant in the room, bring it up and talk about it. In almost every single one of my meetings that I have over Zoom to help buyers and sellers that come from my YouTube channel, they almost always say, I chose you over other agents because you're real. They always say either my personality, my realness, and how I tell them stuff that other channels aren't telling them, because they're all basic. The number 6 video to make is titled, Do Not Move to Tucson, Arizona unless you can handle these 10 facts. Doesn't have to be 10, it could be 8, it could be 14. Make it more than 6, so that way it's like actual substantive stuff. Again, use your own personal story, use your words, don't ChatGPT this, keep a running notes in your phone, and every single time you kind of get frustrated about the parking or the roads, the quality of light, the fog, whatever it is about your city, any single negative thing, write it down, and eventually you're gonna have a list of 6 to 14 items. Make a video about that. The number 7 video can take you down a tangent, and it's gonna be a good one. The number 7 is going to provide a lot of other videos for you to make. It's titled, Is XYZ Suburb of Tucson the Right Move for You? What this does is helps you narrow down the focus and pick an area that you want to work. For example, Tucson, it can take an hour to get from one side to the other. I work VA loans, and typically the military members, they like generally 3 big areas, but sometimes, they're sporadic. So I don't really necessarily just work one specific area, but I know a lot of real estate agents that want to work just a couple of specific zip codes. They want to be the real estate expert of that neighborhood. That's amazing. So start targeting that and make sure that those are the keywords that you use over and over again in that video, and say, hey, this is for Green Valley, Arizona. We're south of Sahuarita, put it on a map, do a little map view on the back. Now, what this does is it opens up the can of worms where you can talk about that one suburb, and you can now should you do suburb A or suburb B? Should you do suburb A or suburb C? Should you do suburb B or move to suburb B versus suburb C? And then you have all of these other videos that you can make. Tucson, Arizona in general. Should you choose Tucson or should you choose Phoenix? Now, be careful with that one. This is not part of the list. Be careful of that one. I haven't done that. I don't know if I will, because that opens up the can of worms for Phoenix. And I don't work Phoenix. I just work Tucson. So be very, very targeted. Think about what avatar you want to call you, and think about that specific person in your head. How old are they? Are they married? Do they have dependents or kids? Where do they typically want to live? What kind of job do they have? Do they work remotely? And highlight those homes, highlight those areas, and talk about that. Talk about those neighborhoods. So that's where video number 7 can give you a really good rabbit hole of future videos to make and to constantly make. Continue making them every year or maybe every 2 years. Before I get to the number 8 video and the bonus video, I just want to remind you that I am looking to partner with real estate agents that are already in the business, 1000% committed and full time. So if this is you and you are not able to break out of the barrier of what you're making now and increase your income, I help real estate agents go from making $100,000 a year to $200,000 a year. So if you are 100% committed and you are doing this full time no matter where in the nation you're at, or really the world since our brokerage is worldwide, book a call with me because I want to talk to you. I give you the entire playbook, my open house playbook, my social media boot camp, my private YouTube series for onboarding agents into EXP, my exact playbook to make $200,000 GCI every year, starting year one with us. We have a ton of resources. That's just the top. If you know that you want to join me, then you can use the link in the description below and automatically apply. I will see the email come into my inbox and I'll see Harry Smith joined you at EXP. That is what's going to trigger the automatic sequence to give you everything of what I know. As soon as you're done, you're gonna get access to my private onboarding YouTube playlist. As soon as you're done with that onboarding playlist, that's when you and I will start meeting one-on-one, going over your specific goals, and I will help you get there. If you aren't yet sure, watch other videos on this channel. I make this channel so that way it can help you in your business. But if you're not yet sure and you want to book a call, there is a second link in this YouTube description. So just click on the description, book a call with me. It'll be about 30 minutes. Make sure that you have watched other videos as far as what EXP is, because I don't want to go over the basics. Please, let's not waste each other's time. I want to make sure that I'm covering high level questions about how I can help you double your income. Overall, YouTube is a long play. So do not expect to make one video or even 10 videos and start getting clients right away. That's not how it works. So don't think that right off the bat, as soon as you start making a YouTube channel, that should be your 100% lead gen method. It's not. It would be good for you to use YouTube on the background and have it work generating leads in your sleep while you're also actively getting in front of people. So YouTube is one to many. I'm making this video one time and it's going out to many people and it works while I'm asleep. I will literally wake up to calls booked on my calendar from clients looking to relocate with hefty purchase budget, and then also add to that with one-on-one in-person methods. So for example, open houses. I think that would be the best of both worlds. Doing open houses, maybe 4 to 6 every single week for now business, because that gets you in front of people one-on-one, mixed with this one-to-many in your sleep passive source. So mix both of those. I personally don't like cold calling. I don't like door knocking. I don't like any of that. So I love YouTube. So now let's get to number 8. Video number 8 that will help you get business. And what helped me get business is something that I titled a 6-month review of living in Gladden Farms, or insert your super suburb niche area neighborhood, Arizona. In my specific case, I have lived in like 8 different parts of Tucson, Arizona. So I made a video of a 6-month update of me having purchased a new construction in Gladden Farms, which is a suburb of Marana, Arizona. Very niche, because that's the market that I want to target more of. I am very bullish in that area. I like it. There's a lot of new construction that had very good incentives for buyers. So that picked up a bunch of clients. So then I did some walking tours, etc. So the bonus video of what I would suggest that you do are those walking tours. So for example, you could name it the 5 cons of living in XYZ neighborhood. And you can do that over and over again for a bunch of different neighborhoods in your area. But instead of making that talking head video, which is what this is, I'm just sitting down and I'm talking to the camera, you're only seeing my head. Instead, you're showing people that want to relocate to the area what the area is actually like. Whether it's positive or negative, whatever it is, if you can get a video of you just holding whatever camera that you have, walking around the neighborhood, people want to see that. That will crush almost every single time. This is how I am now closing 2 to 3 homes every single month just from YouTube alone, a one-time video. And overall, this is how I have closed 17 homes from just those 8 top videos that I have. Those 8 are the most important for you to make right now, because the longer the videos sit on YouTube, the more views you're going to get, the more audience, the more traction, and you'll see maybe like a year after you post something, that's when it randomly takes off. If this helped at all, the only thing that I'm asking is for you to like and please drop a little comment. It's absolutely free for you. It means a lot for me. And if you want to join me and get more of this every single day, book a call in the link below or join us immediately using the other link in the description. See you in the community.